Hello everyone. First of all, today the topic is what is UML diagram? So UML diagram stands for Unified Modeling Language, which is a very essential skill set for a business analyst to have. Because while gathering the requirements and when you're handing over to the development team for them to develop the software, the requirements which you are obtaining from the stakeholder, and let's imagine that requirement was complex. The IT team felt like the requirements are complex and hard to understand, and your duty as a BA to translate that requirement into diagrammatic approach. Okay, that's where we use UML diagrams. So what is this UML? Unified Modeling Language. It's a standardized visual language used to represent, analyze, design, and document the system structure and behavior. The main purpose of this UML is to document, analyze, and represent the system structure and behavior. So UML diagram consists of several. Okay, but the most common UML diagram that every business analyst has to have an hands-on experience was use case diagram. Okay, use case diagram, activity diagram, sequence diagram. So these three UML diagrams are very essential, and it is one of the most asked interview questions in the interview by the panel members. So let's imagine that you got a requirement from the stakeholder as a BA. Imagine. So your manager was advised you to convert this requirement into the UML diagram. Okay, uh, as it is contains some complex. So for as a BA, it would require you to invest at least 20 to 25 minutes in order to create a flow charts. But instead of creating manually, you can complete it in a within 1 or 2 minutes using AI. Okay, so how to do that? So today I will introduce a tool where we can use it for creating a UML diagrams. Okay, so this is a requirement I got from the stakeholder. Let's imagine, and I'll copy this, and I will head to the ChatGPT, and I will say I'll copy this first of all the requirement, and I will say to a that convert this requirement. Okay, I hope you are able to see my screen. Convert these requirements into plan to UML code. Please make a note that this is a very important plan to UML code. So this is a keyword. With that keyword only, we are going to generate. We are going to get generate the UML codes using AI. Okay, plan to UML code. So when I click enter, now the requirement, the raw requirement which will be converted into plan to UML code. Okay, plan to UML code. So if you would have defined the UML diagram type, I told you, right? Like UML diagram consists of several activity, swim lane, use case. And in case if you're specifically mentioning to AI, convert the plant UML code into activity, swim lane, or sequence, accordingly it will convert. So as of now, these requirements were converted into activity diagram. So the plant UML code were also generated by AI. Now click on this copy button. Now go to browser and mention www.plantuml. Okay, this is a uh, www.plantuml code plantuml.com. So this is a website, guys, which we can create UML diagrams using AI. So click on enter, and you will be directed to the web browser. So initially you will see uh, yeah so yeah so initially you will see the screen. So first of all, whatever the content that was been included in the plant UML, erase that. So erase that and paste the code which AI was generated for the requirement. Copy paste here. So right now it is activity diagram. Okay, activity diagram as you can see. Okay, and click on submit button. So automatically the AI was generated flowchart for you, right? So let's imagine that the same process, if you are doing it manually, it would take ample of time for you to create, right, all this process according to the requirement. But when we use plan to UML code server, please make a note, plan to UML code server, when you are using that, system is generated within fraction of seconds. Okay, so this is activity diagram. So I told you UML consists of several types of diagrams. One is use case, activity, sequence, class, component, swim lane diagram. As of now, we got this activity diagram, but I would like to go with sequence now. So what I do is I'll say the AI to convert the same to, okay, I'll copy the requirement and I'll say the AI to convert into the swimlane, sorry, sequence. Yeah, convert into sequence diagram plant UML code. Okay, so hit enter. So now the code will be generated according to the sequence diagram. Okay, so you will see the note, you will notice the difference between activity and sequence diagram. So both are not same, it is different. So I got a code in the form of sequence diagram. I'll copy this and I will head to the plant UML web server. Now I will erase the content which is having earlier. Now I'll paste the latest uh, code which AI was provided us. So I'll click on submit. Now you can notice. So this is how the sequence diagram looks like. Earlier the diagram was activity, and this is diagram will be falls under sequence diagram. Okay, sequence diagram. So similarly, you can give any prompt. You can basically mention the type of the UML diagram. Okay, so it could be use case, swim lane, activities, sequence, class diagram, anything would you like to make it created AI. So you can give the prompt. So AI will be giving you the diagram and you can consider that. So I will go with another one. So this time I'll go with the swim lane diagram. So I'll ask AI to convert, I want swim lane diagram. Okay. Convert into swim lane diagram. Code generate. I will say code generate. So I'll hit enter. Now the AI will generate the code in the form of swim lane. So already it was generated. Now I'll copy this and I will head to this plant UML web server. I will erase the content which is existing and I'll paste the latest one for the swim lane. I'll click on submit. You can notice the swim lane diagrams are created. Swim lane diagram is created. So the past two diagrams, I think you have noticed both were different. Maybe the process is similar, but the way we create diagrams is little difficult, so a little different. So this is Finland diagram. So everything looks fine. And how to save it? So in order to save this, you need to click on either you can take this screenshot or else you can save image. Okay, let's open in the new tab. So yeah, it is open in the new tab. Now what I'll do is I'll click on save as button. Okay, there is a save image as button and you can give the name. Okay, so UML diagram. Okay, UML diagram, and I want this to be located at downloads. I'll click on save. So now this UML diagram was saved in my downloads. Now as a BA, I'll go to the Jira. How to include in the Jira? So you need to include this UML diagram under the story. Let's imagine this is the story, guys. Okay, this is story, and I want to include as a BA the UML diagram which I was created. For to include that, are you able to see the plus button? Click on that, and there is a third button called Add Attachment. Upon clicking on that Add Attachment, it will lead to your system drive. So earlier I have saved this UML diagram in the downloads, right? So I can notice all the diagrams which I was saved, and I would like to include this UML diagram under this user story. So I'll select this and I'll click on open. So automatically the system will be saved the diagram over here, and there will be a pop-up will be shown here. As you can see, pop-up we got the pop-up. And to view the UML diagram, the one which we are attached, you need to scroll down and you will see attachments. They see already there is attachment were included, so I can open it. So yeah, you can see that. So business analyst will be doing this process in the work environment. And if the developers, product owners, testing team, if they are having any questions, if they are wanting to get referred this requirement in the form of diagram, what they will do is they will scroll down and they will see the UML diagram that business analyst is created in the Jira and updated in the Jira. So this is how we will be creating a UML diagrams. So this is how we will be creating using AI. Okay, using AI. But as a BA, you need to be aware how to create it manually. Okay, how to create it manually, you need to aware. So when you are familiar and got a a complete knowledge on creating of this UML diagram, then you can prefer AI. Okay. So like this, on our training, we are going to educate you educate you as many as tools that are used by business analysts to automate duties of a business analyst in the work environment. Okay, so I will be teaching you how to create user stories using AIs, and how to create a documentation, and how to create a test cases. Everything we are going to show you live using AI. Okay, so what you are looking, please contact us for business analyst course. We are starting new batch very soon. And if you have liked this video, please do like, subscribe, and share it to your friends. Thank you, and have a great day.